try to fight us again.
As always.
As always. But we're here.
So let's wait on the
Let's see who will join
us. Yeah, we had to change the word vaccination because we don't know if that's gonna go against YouTube policies. So we said the Jook instead.
Jamaicans will know what that means. Jook from the needle.
Yeah.
Hi Janelle. Good night. You're with us early.
Hi.
Unknown keeper. All gone. So if you didn't hear, guys, we just mentioned that we changed the title of the video or the topic that we'll be discussing to the Jook should be mandatory, which is the vaccination we're talking about. Yeah, because we're not sure if YouTube will have any issues with the vaccination being in the title.
Because this is just an opinionated video, not anything factual or anything to influence anybody.
Right.
This is just our views on it, alright?
Yeah.
So, do you think that the vaccine should be mandatory? Dave will share his views and then I will pitch in.
No way the vaccination can be mandatory.
Hi Nora, babe.
Hi Nora. Welcome. We should subscribe to your channel, Nora. Thank you for being with us.
I believe public sector workers should all get it. I'm not sure if I like that statement.
Neither do I.
Alright, let me tell you guys. Personally, I don't believe that the vaccine should be made mandatory. One, it's kind of like telling persons that, oh, plastic surgery is mandatory, right? Or you need to do plastic surgery. You can't tell people what to do to their bodies. It should always be a choice of what we decide to put in our bodies. So if it is that we don't want to take the vaccine, we don't take the vaccine. Or if it is that if it is that we are taking the vaccine, then at least do proper checks. This thing where they're just grabbing a bunch of people and joking them with needles is just wrong, because they say that if you have COVID, you need to not take the vaccine at that time. Yet they're just injecting persons with the vaccine not knowing if they have the virus, because they say some persons are asymptomatic. And then these vaccines have side effects. So I do believe that we do have a right to say if we want it or not.
Yeah, I think it goes against civil rights, people's right to determine whether they want the vaccine to be entered into their bodies or not. Right? You can't tell someone what to put in their bodies, because as we've heard, the vaccine has impacted others differently. Right? Some people experience blood clotting, some people experience severe symptoms, some lesser symptoms. It impacts people differently. So, and
like, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for it to be mandatory, I think that there should be some assessment done prior to injecting people with the vaccine.
No, even so, it should be mandatory. Like, yeah,
I'm just saying, if for it to make sense, at least that should be done for it to make sense, because you want to know how people's body will be receptive to the vaccine than just say you're gonna mandatorily push a needle in their bodies.
In the comments, guys, I'm going to link a video, and you just tell me what you think of this video. The CEO of Pfizer, who created that vaccine, right? Okay, you have many different types of vaccine. The CEO who created the Pfizer vaccine, he says he has not taken the vaccine. And I'm saying, like, and he's there telling, in this interview, he's there telling everybody, make sure you get vaccinated, take the vaccine, because this will help help the spread to lessen, and they say it reduces hospitalization and death, but yet still the vaccine can still cause death. And I'm just talking, this is me talking from a point where I'm saying it's me and medication overall. If you do not want to take a medication or anything, that if you don't want to eat something, then you shouldn't eat it. You should have that right, and that is a right that we should forever hold. So, well, if he's not taking it, no, and that's not the reality. Actually, many persons are taking this vaccine, and they're not doing research. Like they're just taking it because they think that okay, things will normalize or this is going to prevent death and all kind of stuff. But the COVID vaccine doesn't actually prevent you from getting COVID. And then when you take
Yeah,
the
yeah.
vaccine and you have COVID or you get COVID, it seems to cause some complications that they have not yet
Right.
confirmed. But you know, like everything negative that is put out there or anything that is put out there to question this vaccine, it's considered a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, you know, these things are actually happening. There are persons stepping forward and talking about them, but people choose to believe what they want to believe, right?
Right. I feel like right now is like a testing phase to see how the vaccine will affect people that take it. I feel like, because
Came out way too fast.
the vaccine came out to, that's exactly what I was
Yeah,
about to
because
say.
at one point
Because
them
yeah,
say it never ready, and then
right, and
all
then
of a sudden,
it not proved and all kind of things by certain institutions. So I feel like it's a testing phase going on with the vaccines to see how it will affect the people that takes it, to determine what works, what doesn't work, what needs to be revised, all of that. So honestly, I don't see it, and I can't see it being mandatory. You know, I can't see taking the vaccine being mandatory
and anyhow they
at
make
this
the
point in
vaccine be
time.
mandatory, then I know for sure that we will definitely be experiencing some form of like these things are actually
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
Bible, you know. So if it is that this vaccine is made mandatory, then it just, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen to our poor little world, but it's not gonna look good for us.
And
And if
Nora
there's any
says,
mishap or casualty on your side with family member, you can't sue or get any compensation, right?
right, right,
It should stay the same way. It should not be mandatory. Exactly.
exactly.
So
If you
like,
desire to take it, you go and take it. If it's not your desire,
and
don't.
yeah, you're willing to face the risk. Just like the example that I brought up earlier. If it is that you're gonna take plastic surgery, you know this thing can change up your whole body. You can get botched. You can, a lot of things can happen. You can actually die as a result of what you put in your body because your body not used to it. But one thing is that they make sure that them test you and whatever, you know, all of them things say. But it should always be your choice of what you do and put inside of your body. Many times we see ads on TV running to tell you to, oh, take a depression medication. This will stop depression.
Yeah, yeah.
But you see, when you look at the side effects, oh, it may lead to depression and death and suicidal thoughts, and you're like, okay, so what's the point of this medication? But they do these stuff to protect themselves just in case it happens, and you cannot sue them or do anything. So it's like you're giving up your rights, you know? You're giving up your rights when,
So Janelle says, once it's not mandatory, we have an operation. So let it stay at not mandatory.
right?
We have an option. She
We
she
have an
corrected
option.
herself. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have an option, but I just don't appreciate some, like at first when everybody was running to take the vaccine the other day, the expired vaccines, like everybody coming out and saying yes, the masses need to take the vaccine, and they were doing it by age groups, and all of a sudden everybody was welcome to take it, and then just go and them Jook people, right, you don't do anything
Right.
to say, or you don't sign anything to say, if this happens or that happens, and
Yeah, yeah.
the healthcare system will be not like that, so
Right. And you have some people like, I mean, I can understand for the persons that have caught COVID before and they experience what it was like having COVID and they feel the need to trust in this vaccine, right? I can understand from their point of view that they want to take the vaccine if they explain, their situation. But like you have some people who I would say they probably have a stronger immune system and they didn't catch the virus. And they up and take the vaccine and you wonder like, what's the reason really? Because I feel like it
tell
goes
you.
back to your immune system at the end of the day, like
You
how
eat
you're affected
healthy.
by the virus.
Build up your system.
Because
Even the persons that are dying, it's really persons that already have existing complications.
right, fortunately, Ashandai, haven't experienced having COVID,
And
COVID virus,
it's been over a
right?
year.
Give God thanks for that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, why is it that we would get up and say,
Okay, let's go take the
let's go get this
vaccine
thing,
when there are other people that may need it, you know, more than us, and
if
we're
they
not.
see that there's a
Yeah.
need for taking it,
Right.
you know? So,
And even if I'm not taking it, I'm not gonna tell anybody don't take it. Like it is
yeah,
it's your
at the
choice.
end of the day, it's your decision. If you want to take it, it's your decision.
But what I noticed though is that many persons are running to take it because they believe that this vaccine will allow us to go back to normal. But I don't think they realize that there is no back to normal. We just have to adjust to this new normal, right? So COVID will still exist even after like everybody get vaccinated or
Exactly.
90% of the population get vaccinated. COVID will still exist. People will still catch COVID. I'm not sure to what extent or how much the
Right,
vaccine will
because
protect
as you
us.
know, the coronavirus have been around before.
Right.
So we don't know as to what extent people will get the COVID-19 virus afterwards. If everybody said they're gonna get vaccinated, but the truth of the matter, as I said, it's gonna be around still, even
Yeah.
if everyone gets vaccinated.
It's just a
So
new normal. We just have to learn to live with it because the world is not gonna go back. Yeah, we're still gonna have it in our mind to say, oh, if that person coming around me and them coughing too much and them sneezing, like, no, don't do that. Don't sneeze on me. Don't cough on me. You're not gonna want nobody to do that said way. All when you take the
right,
vaccine,
right.
you know, because you don't know what it is, and it there are more diseases out there. Nobody came up with a cure, but all of a sudden there's a vaccine for COVID in just 1 year. Something ain't right.
Right, good
It's
point.
true. So true. Why should we take the vaccine but yet still have to wear mask, sanitize, and keep social distance?
Which shows you even more as to
I think with that, them saying like not enough persons are taking the vaccine, so therefore the ones who take the vaccine have to wait until a certain percentage. I think it's called herd immunity. You have to wait until a certain percentage of persons have taken it, and then they can gather in small groups, them say, and remove masks. But we have been doing that. Like we have been gathering in small groups. We have been, because these masks that we're wearing, you know, them not really, they're not that effective, if effective at all. They're not very effective. You just have to
not
make sure.
much, not much, because the ones that are supposed to be worn that really protects you
Are not
to a
are no
certain
longer
degree
available.
either are no longer available, as Ash said, or people are just not wearing them. Them wear the fashion masks, or masks they create on them own.
I've known persons personally who have catch COVID and they said it's not a nice feeling. Right. So yes,
Right.
COVID is definitely out there and it's not something that you want to catch because you don't know how it's gonna affect you. It affects everybody differently, right? And it's considered deadly. But honestly, guys, we do believe that there are many other things out there as well, killing persons even more than COVID. We understand that this is something new, so it's gonna cause a strain on the system because it's a shock to the system because we never expected this. But you know, like COVID is bad, and what we need to do is just find ways to protect ourselves. Just be responsible for your own health, your family members' health, everybody around you. Try your best to be as responsible as you can. But we still just believe at the end of the day that the vaccine, it shouldn't be mandatory. It should be something that you
Yeah.
decide.
You can't tell someone to take something that they don't desire to take, right? But as we said, the vaccine is there, and people who have experienced COVID, and they know their situation, they know their story, and they feel as though the vaccine is the next step, and they feel like it will be a good thing for them to go ahead and take, then it's on them. I will understand, because they have went through the trauma of experiencing COVID, and they feel as though this is the next step for them to take to protect themselves and their families. So I will say, okay, you can make that decision. But as I said, it goes against civil rights. It's not, I think, to force someone to do something or to take something, put in their bodies like that. not right.
Yeah, definitely not right, guys. So that's what we have to
That's what we
say.
have, guys. 15.
On the top about the Jamaican movie we filmed. Oh, funny
Oh, oh,
story.
oh.
Funny story, JT. I was actually this morning, because I go to the gym daily, right? This morning, I go to the gym like around 12 thereabouts. Like I leave out and then like I have to go pick up somebody and then we head to the gym. On my way to the gym, that is my normal route, right? I pass through Devanos and go up beyond that. No, this morning I was just praying and typical prayer. Every day I come out, I always pray, say God just keep me safe on the road, keep me, no make nobody run into me, all of that. I bear mad people up on the road. So I'm there talking and I say, make I take a different route today. And I took another route. And then coming back from picking up the person, driving to my route, which would be right at Debanos to go to the gym now, which is in New Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
I see car shut up, caution tape, everything. And then I found out that it just happened like 20 minutes or so before. So I said, God goody. Him just good because look how him protect me because I don't know what I would have done, if I would have
Right.
been in a position where I heard that no drivers were hurt, which is
No
very good.
civilians.
No civilians were hurt, but imagine you being in traffic because a lot of the persons just couldn't move because there were cars behind them. Imagine being in traffic and you just see gunshot of fire, you just hear gunshot of fire. What would you do? You know?
When I saw the videos going around, first thing came to my mind was to call Ash, find out where she was and if everything good because I know she would have.
Them times in my past crime
I
scene,
know she
one
would have
time.
probably passed the area, going to the gym. So, but aside,
Yeah, so
on
as a
news
result
all
of that,
over.
I was literally on the road for like 4 hours because the road was so messed up today. Like me just want to come off of the road. The road was
JT
just
say God is good. Luckily you weren't there.
hold
That would
on.
have.
The durable and effective ones are so expensive, so some people resort to more affordable
Yeah,
rides.
yeah, yeah, right.
And those aren't the ones that are, them do the job. God is good. Luckily you weren't there. I would have brought up if I was there. Yeah, it can be a frightening
Sticky
experience.
situation.
And if you have anxiety, I'm sure say you have people who get panic attacks probably pee up themselves and yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's the
that is
truth.
not something that no, you drive normal. You not expect that. So trust me, like
Amen, Janelle.
every time you leave your house, just pray and ask God to keep you safe. And when you come home each day, don't take it for granted because you never did that for each other. Many people they think say them are
Right,
gonna leave them house and come back home,
right.
and it just never happened that way.
And guys, a good thing to implement in your days, even if you forget in the mornings to say a little word of prayer, and you're on the road, and you remember, just stop and just utter a little word of prayer,
Yep.
because times right now you really have to cover yourself.
JT says I took both doses of the vaccine and I'm fine. Right.
Okay,
I mean,
alright. Yeah, as you said, it impacts or affects people differently. So
yeah.
we're
But
we're glad that you are fine,
made that
JT.
decision and you're fine and everything. One thing is that I'm not sure if everything, every result or every side effect or consequence or let me not say consequence, that's a strong word, but I'm not sure if everything as that happens as a result of the vaccine will happen like in a short term, if that makes sense. Like the vaccine is supposed to give you lasting effects or give you forever effects, right? So I'm not sure if it is that everything that happens as a result of taking the vaccine will happen right away. So that's one of the reasons why I don't, because the effects of the vaccine supposed to last forever. So everything like the side effects and stuff may not show up right away. That's what I believe. Even if you feel fine, but if you take the vaccine, me not say for you feel no way about taking the vaccine. Good step, and you must know the reason why you take it. So good step if you take the vaccine and you feel fine. Alright? So let me not say it like some me I say will never if you take on the vaccine.
Alright, alright. So, guys, if you have anything else to share on the topic or anything else at all you want to share, just feel free to share.
I agree, Javel.
Develop population control.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. There's so many things that you can think about when you really sit down and wonder, like, certain things that we see in the media and certain things that are not being reported or being reported by the mass. You just have to wonder, and I'm just saying this to say, just do what is best for you. Do what you think is best for you, and do what you need to do to protect yourself from COVID. Okay? So stay safe, guys.
Yeah, guys, stay safe. So, I think, guys, we've come to the end of this live.
So if you don't have
Anything else you want to say or share, you feel free to do so. But yeah, guys, for those who have taken the vaccine, and I personally just want to say, um, you know, just be confident in your decision, and God will take it from there. God, if you trust in God, you'll be fine. He'll protect. He'll take you through, because everything happens for a reason. You taking the vaccine, you saw the benefit. You saw the reason why you want to take it. So God will take it from there. So
yeah, guys. So my stance is, I don't think vaccine should be made mandatory, and
same for me.
yeah. So if you feel like you want to take the vaccine, by all means, go and take the vaccine. But just if you're not taking it, and if you're taking it, always ensure that you do proper research for both of them. All right.
So even the people who say they don't want to take the vaccine, like us,
yeah, make sure you do your research.
also do your research to edify yourself on the situation, so you know if you're making the right decision or not.
Right.
At the end of the day, we don't know the full story, but educate yourself on what's out there, what's being documented and published. Edify yourself on what's taking place, so that you know exactly what you need to do.
Yeah. Alright, guys, it was fun talking to you as usual, and remember to join us next week again, 7 p.m, where we'll always have an interesting topic to talk about, always sharing our views. And remember, we have a video on Friday.
Hey guys,
like, yeah, so
look
we'll
out for that one. Should be interesting.
Yeah,
look out for it. Alright, Hill fam, we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you again for everyone that joined.
Yeah, only need to share the lives and watch the lives too, Just know that. Alright, guys. Bye.
Alright, guys.